Hi everyone, it's me Robyn and I'm back from Dallas. I was in Dallas, Texas this weekend for a Stampin' Up event and I'm really excited. Stampin' Up has some great things coming up in the next few months and I'm excited to share those with you guys. So today so you guys know my electricity went out last night for 8 hours. It went out right at the time I was just starting to film my video for today, and so I have a little bit of a delay. I'm so sorry. I'm such a last minute person. I don't mean to be, but I filmed my video for Tuesday on Monday nights. That's just the way I do it, just in case I want to do something else. But today I'm taking a break from the Christmas cards and the winter cards, and I thought I would just do something fun. So I pulled out the stamp set Remarkable You, and I don't think I've done a video with it yet, a project. So I'm going to show you a couple different ideas you can do with this one stamp set using the same colors, the same ink, and the same pattern paper, just to let you know how versatile Stampin' Up's product is. You don't have to just do the same thing that you see someone else do. You can actually do more with it, and I want you to get more for your money. So if you order this stamp set in the colors, I want you to be able to know that you can do more with it than just one project. So we will go ahead and get started right now. Okay, these are the colors we're going to use today and the product we're using today. So like I said, we're using the Remarkable You stamp set, which, this is one stamp set, it just comes in 2 packages. If you're getting the, these are called the clear mount. You can also get this stamp set in the wood block where they already come with wood blocks. I prefer the clear mount so I can attach them to my clear mount, and that's why it's called the clear mount. The ones that are see-through are called the photopolymer stamp sets. Okay, Remarkable You. And we're using the basic black archival because we will be watercoloring today. I'm so excited. And we're using the Calypso Coral ink pad and the Old Olive ink pad. We're using watercolor paper, so this isn't just regular paper. This is paper that we can actually watercolor on. We're using the Old Olive and the Calypso Coral cardstock. We're using an aqua painter, and I've already filled it up with water, so it's ready to go. These are wonderful. We're using this embossing folder, and we're using the Pretty Petals Designer paper pack, and I'm going to show you how to utilize most of the paper swatch, and the one that we're going to be using is right here. Look how beautiful that is. We're using this one, and I'll get it ready to go. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, we're also using my new favorite. Well, it's not my new. If you've attended any of my online classes, I use the circles, circle die cuts, and the oval die cuts, and the deco labels the most out of all of my framelits, and I love using my Big Shot. Last night when the electricity went out, I was actually crafting in my pink loft with candles and with flashlights, and I was using my Big Shot, and I was able to make projects. They probably didn't look the best because I couldn't get a good, I couldn't see the color very well, but one of them turned out. I'll show you the one that I did in the complete dark practically, but well, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you how to cut these. We're going to cut everything on the trimmer, so I'm going to start from the very beginning with you guys, so you can make them. So this might be a little bit longer of a tutorial video, but it will be worth it, I promise. So let's start with one piece of the 8.5 by 11 piece of Old Olive cardstock, and we're going to cut this at 4 1/4 this way. So we're going to fold the card just a little bit differently, so we want the sheet to look like this. And this other piece, we're also going to use this on our project, and on the next card we want it cut at 5 1/4 by 4 inches. And so it'll all be ready to go, and then that's all we need of that color, by 4 inches. So this is utilizing your product, and actually when I'm cutting it, if I'm thinking ahead, then I can have it ready to go. We're going to cut this sheet of Calypso Coral at 5 1/2. So it'll be 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, and we're going to use this piece in the Big Shot, so I'm going to set that aside. We need a piece of the watercolor paper cut at 4, is it 4 or 3? I think it's 3. 3 by 3 1/4. And so that's all ready for us to go. And then we're using this piece in the Big Shot right here. Okay, the last piece we need to cut to have ready to go is our background paper. So this is going to be really fun. So one sheet is going to be, oops, I almost showed you the project. That would have been bad, huh? Okay, so let me see how I have this. Okay, 4 inches tall. Okay, so this is 4 inches up here, and then we'll use this strip also. So let's pull this strip off first. We're going to use 4 inches by 5 1/4 for this one. Let me look at that sample. Yes, because I did make these ones. Sorry about that, my camcorder was full again. I keep forgetting to delete my videos after I upload them. Okay, so this was cut at 5 1/4, and then this is just the leftover. And then this piece here, we wanted to cut at 4, so we cut it at 4. And then the 2 pieces are going to be, let's see, 2 3/4? No, they're going to be 2 1/2 by 2 1/2. 2 1/2 by 2 1/2. Okay. And then you're going to have this little piece left over, so you could also make a little tag or do something with that little piece. You want to utilize every piece if you can remember that. What I like to do with my extra pieces is I put them in a little bucket, and I either use them as a giveaway or I give them to children to play with. Okay, so now we're going to start with this first card, and this is a fun fold card. So remember, this is cut at 4 1/4, and this is 11 inches long. We're going to score this card, and a Stampin' Up! Paper trimmer. I love the Stampin' trimmer. It also comes with a scoring blade. So we're going to score this at 5 1/2. So find the 5 1/2 and just simply score it. You don't want to push too hard. And the great thing about the Stampin' trimmer also is there is a little arm that comes out if you need to make it a little bit longer. Okay, so we're going to score it there, and then we're also going to score it. Silly Robyn. So what's 5 1/2 divided by 2? You have to use math sometimes in your projects. So that would be 2 3/4. And I know that off the top of my head because I do it so much. I have to, for my classes and my projects, I have to divide a lot. Okay, so we're going to have it scored here, and we're having it scored here. Okay, we don't need my paper trimmer anymore. And now this is ready to go. We're just going to use a bone folder. And we're going to fold this in half right here. And then we're going to also fold it in half right here where you had it scored. Isn't that fun? Okay, so this is ready to go. So I think we're going to go ahead and use our Big Shot next. I'm going to pull out the Big Shot. I'm leaving everything kind of just on my table. It was such a mess last night. I don't work well under messy conditions, but I made it work. Okay, we're going to use that platform later. Oops. Kind of a hot mess right now. Alright, this is the magnetic platform, and this is what I use the most when I'm using the framelits and the thinlits. If you're using one that's intricate, you might want to try the new platform. It is the, I can't even think of it right now, the precision cut or precision something like that, but it helps cut out the intricate pieces a lot better. Okay, so we're putting our sandwich right there, and I'm using, let's see, I'm going to use the smaller circle first that came with the circle framelits, and I'm going to put this in here and kind of do it up here so I have more room and I don't waste it. I can use this watercolor paper for other things. I'm simply rolling it through. Snap, crackle, pop. And I'm going to, that's already ready to go. It's punched out. Now I'm using, let me make sure I grab the right paper. Okay. I think I am. Let me make sure they're the same size. Okay, they are. All right, now we're taking the next size up, and we're going to cut the circle again. All right. That's it for the Big Shot for this project. We're going to use it again for the bonus project that I'm throwing on this video to show you guys how to do more things. Okay, are you ready to watercolor? Okay, this is probably one of the best things about this card and these projects. We're going to watercolor. So we're going to use the circle here that we've watercolored, and we're using the basic black archival ink. And if you've never opened a Stampin' Up! Ink pad before, you're ready for quite the experience. Our stamp pads are stored upside down, so when you pop it open, the ink's actually upside down, and that helps the ink to stay juicy and refreshed at all times. So you're storing it so the ink is actually at the surface of the pad, which is really cool. And then you open it like so. You guys see that? Okay, so now we are going to, I'm going to have to clean this up. Well, what I'm going to do, it's actually supposed to be first, but it's supposed to be second, but it's going to be first. We're going to use the Calypso Coral, and before I clean my stamp, because I was using this for practice, we're going to go ahead and stamp up our matching envelope with the Calypso Coral. So I'm going to stamp that here and just, ta-da! Okay, so this is going to actually match our card, but I need to clean this off because I didn't want to have to do that twice. So I'm using my Stampin' scrub and the Stampin' mist, spraying it, clean it off, and then set it aside. Okay, so now we're using the archival black. Ink this up. You don't really need to ink up the whole thing because I'm only really using the head of it. And we're going to just stamp this right on here. Stamp down, press up. There you go. So there is our flower. Am I doing the right flower? I am doing the right flower. Okay. All right, and let's close our ink pad. Just pull it towards you, flip it around. Pull them forward towards you, flip them around, and they kind of just pop in. So we're using our aqua painter now, and we're going to be using the Calypso Coral. Squeeze the top, or squeeze them together so you can squeeze your fingers on the bottom. If you squeeze it, when you open it, if you don't close it all the way, you have this nice little palette here that has ink on it. And we're going to use that with our watercolor pen, our aqua marker, or aqua painter actually, and we're going to just color with this. So I like to color upside down. So we're just going to kind of color back and forth. Make sure you have water on your pen. I want this to be a little bit messy. I don't want it to be, that's my whole look I'm going for on this one, is that it's just messy, but it's watercolor. And when you're working with the watercolor, you can just keep adding water, keep adding ink if it's not dark enough for you or if it's too dark. Okay. And it's just fun. It really is. It brings out your creativity when you get to color. You remember when you were young, how many of you loved coloring when the teacher said, it's time to color? We did that a lot when I was in school. I don't know if they do it as much now, but we used to color all the time. And we'd stay in the lines. Now what I like about watercoloring is you don't have to stay in the lines. You just really don't. So on this one, we're not staying in the lines. We're kind of just, and it's so pretty. The look is just absolutely gorgeous. Clean off your pad or your aqua painter. Pull out. I know it's right next to me. Where is it? Here it is. It's hidden. Now we're using the old olive. Squeeze it together. Open it up and lay it flat so you have your little workspace, and then I kind of, you know, bring it around, and then I'm just gonna do this. So that's it. So isn't that fun? And then just kind of clean this off, and then we will finish this card. This card is almost done. We're gonna go ahead and take this, and you might want to let it dry just a few minutes, but we're gonna go ahead and, I'm gonna go ahead and just put adhesive on the back of it right away and stick this on my Calypso Coral. Okay, so isn't that beautiful? I just love it. Okay, so let's take our card, and this card's actually going to open up like that. Isn't that super fun? And we're taking the saying that says, you are remarkable, stamping it up in our green, and I'm going to make it so it is in the center as best as I can. You are remarkable. And so what's going to happen is we're taking these little pieces right here. Let's go ahead and put adhesive on both of these. The little pieces of pattern paper from the Pretty Petals package that we cut out earlier. And we're going to go flush to the end right here. And then you open it up and we're going to go flush here. So this is a really neat idea. Isn't this so fun? You guys love it? Okay, so when this goes on here, which is really cool, when you open it up, it's like you have a card on the left and it says "You are remarkable" on the right. So it's super a fun idea, a super fun idea. I don't know where my dimensionals went. I don't think I put those away last night. Here they are. Okay. So we're just going to make sure, this is important that you make sure that you only put dimensionals on half. So turn it like this. It's nice having this, the paper grid, because I know exactly where to put it so it's not going over. Okay, so flip that over. We're going to put it right here. So look at, you have a card that opens like this. And if you wanted to take some of this ribbon, this is the stitched black ribbon. We're going to bring it around here. I'm going to cut it with the paper snips. Cut it. And then I'm just going to kind of tie it around right here at the top. Tie it once, hold your finger there, tie it around the other time, do a square knot like so. If I can get this through here. Okay. And we're going to, I'm going to cut these just a little bit shorter and cut this one up just a little bit shorter like here. Okay, so now we have one of the cards. Isn't this absolutely adorable? You're remarkable, and then you can write a little note for someone, and it'd be fun if you kind of kept your note over here or something so they can't see what you guys are doing, or write it wherever you want. And here's the matching envelope for that one. Super beautiful. Super beautiful. Okay, so now remember, we're taking the same colors for our next project, and we're going to start by folding this 8.5 by 5.5 piece of cardstock in half. And we're going to take this piece of 4 by 5.25, and we're going to go ahead, I'm going to put that down for a second on the ground. Could you hear it just drop? I'm going to take my Big Shot, and I'm using the tab 2 that came with platform, the multi-purpose platform, and it comes with the Big Shot. So when you order the Big Shot, you get this platform. We're putting one sandwich down, and we're using the embossing folder. We're going to stick this in here like so. Close it, and then sandwich it on top. And then just simply run it through. I'm going to kind of close it as I do it and move it out of my way. Get out of my way! Okay. Alright, messing with that. So when we open this up, you have a nice embossed, pretty card. And now we're going to go ahead and add our little paper strip right here on the bottom. I'm trying to think which side. I think I want that one up here. Put lots of adhesive on it because you're adding it to something that is embossed. And I'm going to stick it directly flush on the background. Now you guys, if you're making the same card, feel free to put the paper wherever you'd like. And this is, now we're going to do something super fun. So we're taking this tear tape, I just call it tear tape. It's in the new Stampin' Up! Catalog from this year. And I'm going to wrap it around here. I want it wrapped around just a little bit because it's going to hold my ribbon on the back. So wrap it around like this, press it down firmly, and then it'll come off like so. You just peel it off or pull it off. Super easy to use. You don't even have to use scissors. And now we're going to take this ribbon, and I'm going to start by wrapping it around in the back. That's how it holds when I start. It's not easy to do. And then I put a little bit down here, and then I just am simply folding it up and laying it down, folding it up and laying it down. Just giving it a little different look. And you can, the great thing about it is you can lift up your ribbon if you're not putting it in the right spot. You can kind of mess around with it. And push it up, put it down. Okay. And then bring in one more around here. And then I'm going to wrap it around in the back, and that kind of holds it in place. And then cut it. Okay, now while we have it upside down, let's go ahead and put adhesive around all 4 sides. A little in the middle for fun. Okay, add this on your card. Okay, now we just need a focal point, right? Something to put on the front. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're taking, make sure I have the right, we're taking this piece of, excuse me, we're going to use the watercolor paper that I told you I cut at 3 by 3 1/4, and we're going to use the basic black archival ink, pop it open. Now we're using these cute little tulips. I think they're orchids. I don't really know my flowers very well, obviously. Okay, so we're going to stamp this really well and then stamp it on here like so. Isn't that just so gorgeous? Have you guys even seen this stamp set in the catalog? I don't think I've ever even really pointed it out or showed it, and it's a great stamp set. Okay, we're going to do this again with the Calypso Coral. Squeeze it, and I like to work from the top down, so I'm going to turn it upside down again. Really get it watery in here. It just depends on what color you want it. If you want it kind of light, then add more water. Okay, so do you guys see how pretty that is? I've added kind of a lot of water. I don't want this one to go out as much. I just want it to go out just a little bit of the lines. Okay, it's just like, actually this one's working like butter. I think adding more water to it is kind of the trick. I like to learn along with you guys. Okay. And remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to have it in the lines. Unless you really, really, really want to, and that's going to drive you crazy. Okay. I'm just going to finish here. Almost done with this color. It's only the beginning of November. Today is like, what is today? The 16th or the 17th? And since I've been showing so many Christmas projects, I'm like, oh, I think maybe we should try something different just for today. I'll get back into the mode soon. All right. And now one last time, you were using the green Old Olive. And the same thing, remember you want to clear off your aqua pen first. I'm going to add more water on this one too. Okay. And if you're like a neat freak and you don't want to have your ink pad lid stain like that, you can clean it off before you close it with like a paper towel or something. Okay, so I have this here like so. So pretty. Okay, now we are going to, let me look at my card. So for this one, all we're doing is adding it right here. We're using the dimensionals, and then we're done. Isn't that super awesome? Super easy card. Well, actually we made 2 cards that coordinated with the same stamp set. So that's showing you how you can go further with what you purchased from Stampin' Up. And I'm here to help you. I'm so excited to be your demonstrator. Thank you for letting me have that opportunity. Okay, so I just stamped one that matched this here, but you could also stamp another one for this card here. So I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you really enjoyed the projects that I made for you guys today, even though it took me so long because of the electricity going out. All right, okay, I'll see you guys back very soon. I have so much to share with you coming up. Bye. Hi everyone, this is Robyn from mypinkstamper.com, and my electricity is out. It's been out for almost 2 hours now, and I was supposed to do a video. So I'm going to just show you guys something that is really cool. Here's my candles. But I'm not going to do the whole project, but I was just thinking about something that my electricity went out, and if I still want to craft, I can still stamp and all that, but this project, you guys don't move them around like that. I have little helpers. You guys want to see? Okay, hold on. No, keep your hand up. Keep your hands up, kids. I'm going to show everyone what my children are doing to help me with my video. There's one holding a flashlight up. Hi! And then here's my other one holding a flashlight up. Hey! That's how I do videos when the electricity goes out. Okay, so anyway, what I was really excited about, well, not really excited about, my project is using the circle template, the circle framelit, and I thought, how am I going to do that? And then I remembered I'm using the Big Shot, so if I was using an electric cutter, I wouldn't be able to do that. This one has a lot of shadow. So anyway, so I can still pretty much do everything. I just have to have my kids holding the flashlights the whole time. But I will do a real video for you guys as soon as the electricity comes back up.